So if you see this authentication form, so it required one more, which parameter here, request parameter, and is set for the custom authentication used by the subclass. So the form data comes in via the standard data keyword argument. So authentication form. So here I have to send a request. So there is a request here, comma. So what I'm trying to use here. So data, and what is the data is request dot. So this data is a post data. Now your request is a argument you have to send along with the request. So that is the syntax of authentication form. So what it required is, it required a request. The first parameter is request, and second is a data, where you are saying request dot post data. I think this is instance. So request dot post, and then you are trying to validate if the username and valid. Yes. Now let me check this here. So here you have a, so here login. So here I try to give a username as well as password, and just click on login, instance or data. Yeah. So here there is a message called which one here? Welcome. Because this username and password is what here? Valid, right? So here we have to send two parameters. One is a request. One is a request, and one more is what? Data. Where I said request dot post. Okay, right now if the user is valid, you're trying to say login. So here login is a existing view where you are sending a request and user. This is for creating what here? Session. So this is for creating a session. And then you are saying response redirect to which view here? Dashboard view. In the dashboard view, you are trying to, in dashboard view, you are trying to print request dot session dot items. Now here there is a user ID. What is the user ID is 2, because there is number of users are there or not. Yes. So what is the user ID here? 2. User ID is a 2, means every user is identified with what here? ID. So if you want to get the details of this particular user, see, it is not only get that, it is also get which one is used backend and authentication user hash, which is nothing but it is trying to store which one? Password, right? So all these are there as a part of this request dot session dot what is that? Items. Okay. So it will create a session. Say this login, what it will do is it will create a session. This login will create a session. And after creating session, it will redirect to which view? Dashboard view. And in dashboard view, it will display the message welcome. And after displaying the welcome message, here I try to put one more link. So what is that link is sign out. So you have a sign in, and one more is what here? Sign out. Once I click on sign out, I should log out. So for logout, there is a predefined authentication function called which one here? Logout. So logout, what it required is a request. Okay. So here I try to put one link. So we'll create one HTML. So this is an HTML called dashboard. So we'll create an HTML called dashboard.html. So in this, you are trying to display the message. So what is the message you are displaying here? Welcome. You are trying to display the message. So what is the message you are displaying here? Welcome message. And after displaying the welcome message, you are trying to put one, yes, anchor, that is what do you call it as logout. Okay. Logout or sign out. Okay. So this is sign out or logout. So once you click on this request, once you click on this link, it will send a request to what here? Logout. So there is one view called which one? Logout view. Now here you're trying to render. So response equal to render. Okay, response equal to render. You are writing a request to comma. What is the name of the template is? Dashboard. So there is a dashboard.html. Dashboard.html, and then return the response. And there is one more view is called as a sign out. So this is a sign out view. and this will receive the request.
Mm.
And here sign out view, it is calling sign out view is calling which one? Logout. So it is calling one function called logout by sending the request, by sending what here? Request. But what request contain? User details. What request contain? User details. It will send to this logout along with the user ID. And after logout, it should redirect to which view? Login. It should redirect to which view? Login view. Okay, login view should redirect it. So response equal to redirect. Response equal to redirect. Now you are redirecting to which HTML? Sorry, login view. Login, huh? Uh, sign up, right? Because this is sign up, no, login view, login, right? So if it is a request method is get, you'll get login dot HTML. Now you redirect to login view. So in URLs dot py. Now what is the name of the view is login view. So this is login view, and then return. Okay, then return response. Okay, return response here. So when this is, if the username and password is what here? Valid. And once you click on sign out, sign out, once you click on what is that logout, then request is once you click on sign out, the request come to which view? Logout. Now here I'm writing, so there is a path, the here logout. So the name of the view is also logout view or sign out. So what is the name of the view is sign out view. SING. Yeah. So here I'm sending a request to this view, sign out view. And here we are redirecting it. What is a redirect to login view, right? So no problem. So this is URLs dot py. So this is URLs dot py. So let me, so this is login view. So where I'll try to input username and password and login. Now once this login is displayed, the message welcome, and then here you have a sign out. Once you click on a sign out, it will come to this. But what will happen if I open directly dashboard? For example, if I'm trying to open directly, what is the view is dashboard view? Is it dashboard is displayed or not? Yes. But is it user is login or not login? Not login. Okay, then you can provide a security for this by using one decorator. You can use one decorator called login required. You can use one decorator, and what is the name of the decorator is django.contribute dot. So here contribute dot authentication dot decorators, and here you require a decorator called login required. So any view, if you want to provide any security, you can provide it by using login. Now what is the here is login required. So it means before calling this dashboard view, it will verify is it user is logged in or not. If the user is logged in, then only it is allows to call which one? Dashboard. If the user is not logged in, then it's not allowed to access what? Dashboard. If the user is logged in, then only it is allowed to access dashboard. If the user is not logged in, it is not allowed to access what? Dashboard. Getting on, right? So this is what we did. Okay. So now once you run this, so let me delete it. We are not using, right? We are not using. We are using this redirecting. Okay, right? So here we are trying to call. Now suppose assume that I'm writing directly dashboard view. Now immediately it is given error. So I called directly which one? Dashboard view. But what dashboard required a login? So it required the username as well as what? Password. So what you have to do first, you have to log in. Until unless you don't log in. Now I'm trying to send a request to what here? Login view. I log in here. So login. Now is it dashboard view is displayed or not? Yes. Now suppose I open another tab and here again I open dashboard. I open another tab and open the dashboard again. But is it displayed or not? Yes. Because this user is already logged in. This user is what here? Login. And if I say sign out. Now I sign out. But if I call this again, what will happen? Now it is displayed the message page not found. So why? Because is it user is logged in or not logged in? Not logged in. So If you want to access the dashboard, what is required here? Login required. Until unless you have not logged in, then this dashboard is not a display. Okay, it means this is internally calling which function again? Login. And verifying it request contain the user details or not. Decorator, you know decorator, right? So adding some extra functionality to the function. You added one extra functionality. What is that functionality you added? Login required. So what will happen? This login required is called by sending which object? Request object. And that request object, I mean login required, what it will do? It will try to verify is it request contain the session ID or not. If the request contains session ID, it will display what your dashboard. If the request doesn't contain the session ID, then it generated what? Error. So that is done by using what is the decorator? Login required. What decorator you are using? Login required decorator. Click on it. So this is how it is done here. So here we try to use predefine user creation form, authentication form, login view, I mean login method, logout method, and we use a decorator called login required. In the same way, you can also use, other forms like what is that form is password change form. Now suppose I want to change the password. Now already we have used this authentication form, user creation form. Next is what? Password change form. Now I want to change the password. I want to change the password. A form that allows a logged in user. So in order to change the password, the user must be first what? Login. Okay, once user login, you can change the password by entering what here? Old password. Okay. Suppose user is logged in, user is logged in. Once user is logged in, he'll get which one here? Dashboard. Once user is logged in, is getting what here? Dashboard.html. In dashboard.html, now I put one link. What is that link? You change a password. Okay, here I'm trying to put one link. So there is one link called which one? Change a password. This is one link. So change the password. Okay, I want to change the password of this particular user. Now, where all these user details are storing in one model. What is the name of the model? User. Are you created any model? Are you created any model? No. Are you created any form? No. You have not created any model. You have not created any form. Okay. You have not created any methods like login, logout. Okay. Are you creating any session? No. All these are done by using predefined module. What is that predefined module here? Authentication module. What is that predefined module here? Authentication module. Even you can use all the views. Even you can also use the views available in which module? Authentication module. All the views, I'll tell you that also. How to use complete application of this authentication module as a part of your application. Means as a developer, you don't require to build any authentication. As a developer, you don't require to build any authentication system. As a developer, you don't require to build any authentication system. You can use the existing authentication system. Now here we try to write all these views, right? Okay, but even views also provided here. Views also provided by which module? Authentication module. Okay, now you have to develop only templates, and even templates also provided. You need to just import what? URLs, and you have to create a template with the names given by authentication module. Okay, you don't require to do anything. It is already provided by which one? Authentication. If you want to customize it, then you inherit those views and add more details. We'll see that also, but just try to understand this. Now suppose I want to change the password. How can I change the password? How can I change the password? Okay, for that, you are trying to use, what is the form you are using? What is the form? Yesterday I said, what is the form is? Password to change the form. What is the form you are using? Password to change the form. Okay. Now, in the dashboard, when I click on this change the password, you send a request to one, you send a request to one view. And that view render the form. Which form? Password to change the form. Okay. So that view handle two requests. One is a get request and one more is what? Post request. So in get request, it will send a empty form. In post request, it will populate the form and verifies. Is it this password of this old password of this user is valid or not? If it is valid, you try to update it. If it is valid, you'll try to update. Means you'll try to save it. If it is invalid, then it generates what? Error. So that verification is done by password change form. Okay. So change the password. Now this is the dashboard.html and go to the views.py and import the form here. What is the form? Django dot. So from Django dot contribute dot authentication dot forms import. What is the name of the form? Password change form. So password change form here. Okay, this is the form. And here I'm trying to write a view. And what is the name of the view is password change. Password change view. Okay, now this is password change view. And this will receive the request. And what this request is having ID. Because whose password you can change it? You can change the password of the user who's already logged in. Okay, you can change the password of the user who's already logged in. Only that user password you can able to change. So there is a password change view which receive what your request. After reading the request, what it is doing, request dot if request dot method equal to which one, post. If the request method is a post, what you are trying to do, you are trying to create a form by populating this data. Now this is password change form. Okay, to which you need to send a. Okay, now this is password change form. Okay, password change form. Let user change their password by entering their old password. Okay, now this is a password change form. Okay, see what it is having a form that user change their password by entering what your old password. Okay, now suppose here I'll take a request method is what here get. If the request method is a get, what I'm doing, I'm trying to create one empty form. I'm trying to create one empty form, and this form I'm rendering into one template. Okay, so here I'm writing a response equal to render. Okay, response equal to render request comma. So what is this here? Password change. So password change template dot html. Password change template dot html, and here I'm writing a context. So what is the name of the context parameter form, and what is the name of the object is form. And after that, you are returning what here? Response. You are returning response. Now this is which form? This is which form? Empty form. This is which form? Empty form. When if the request method is what? Get. Now I try to define the URL for this. What is the name of this is from? So from application one dot views import. What is the name of the view is password change view. So password change view. Password change view. Okay, I'm giving same thing. So I need to put this in the dashboard. So what is the name of the URL? Password change view. So I try to put this in the dashboard. So once you click on this, the request is sent to password change view. Okay. The request is sent to the password change view. So when if you click on change the password, now send a request. Now what I'm trying to do is first I log in. So login view, this is username and password and click on login. Now session is created. Now here you have it two. One is change the password and one more is sign out. I click on change the password. What happened here? Oh, sorry. Now here you have a say set password form. Okay, in it missing one required. What is saying it is set password form. In it missing one required positional argument. What is missing here? User. It means whenever you are changing the user, whenever you are changing the password of the user, now you are creating a form, but this form requires some input. So what is the input required? It is having some keyword arguments. Okay. What this password change form is doing, it is trying to populate the data and it will try to check is it this user is already logged in or not. See, there are different forms out there. One is, see, this is which form? Password change form. There is a set password change form. See here. There is one more form is there. What is the name of this is? Set password form dot init. This is a constructor which required one positional argument called which one? User. Because you're trying to change. What you're trying to change? You're trying to change the password of a specific user. You're trying to change the password of a specific user, right? So there is a session ID is there. See, once the session is created, then only you can able to change what? Once the session is created, then only you can able to change it. Otherwise, you cannot able to do the changes. Now there are two forms out there. One is there are two forms out there. One is one is change the password form. See, this is one form. This is what we have seen. So password change form. This is one form, and set password form. There are two forms out there. Now what is the name of this is change the password form. Now syntax, if you see this, so what it is required. It is trying to see this password change form is a built-in Django form used to allow an authenticated user to change their password by providing the old password and new one twice. It is located in what Django dot contribute dot authentication dot forms. Now now in urls.py, anyway, no problem. What you are trying to do now, you are trying to say this is predefined. Now you are trying to render the form as a paragraph. We have not rendered, right? Where is this template? This template is there. Create this template. So what is the name of the template? Password change template dot html. And in this template, you have to render that form. Within the template, you have to render the form. And this form has what here? Paragraph. Okay. form. You have to render the form. And after rendering the form, you have to send the data. See, this is very simple. See, this is including predefined URLs. But here we are not including predefined any URLs. We are not including any predefined URLs, right? So you have to understand this. Now this is password change form requires the current request dot user object during instantiation of which one validate old password field. Okay, update session authentication, all this is required. But here we are trying to redirect directly. Yeah, see here. Now this is password change here. So this is a password change form. Okay, see here, change the password. And this is a form. And the form method is, what is the form method here is post. And we are trying to insert the form dot as a paragraph. You are trying to insert the form as a paragraph, right? Yes, form as a paragraph. And then you try to input type is input type is a submit and value. What you are doing, you are changing the password. See, this is a form. Okay, this is a form and this is built-in form. See, this is a form, but this is which form? Built-in form. See here, django.contribute.authentication.forms, and there is a form. And what is the name of the form is password change form. And this form will provide, see here, a form that let user change their password by entering what their old password, entering what your old password, right? So now here you try to render. So if the request method is a get, you try to create a password change form, and then you are saying password change template.html, and you are trying to render it by saying form in this. So let us check this. See, all these are predefined. All these are what here? Predefined. Okay. Now even you can use all this from where admin interface. You can also see how can you access this authentication, authorization. Even you can do this by using what? Admin interface. Admin means every website will have the administrator. What is the role of administrator? Creating users. What is the role of administrator? Creating users and roles. All these are done by whom? Admin. So you have a separate module. You have a separate module called which one? Admin. Okay. So from that also you can create what? Users. And that users you can use it for login and checking whether is having permissions or not. See here. You can also create the users from here. Just to see here. Now there is an admin interface. Now when you run this server, run the server. Now one application by default installed. What is the name of that is? Admin. This is your application URLs. And there is one more application. What is the name of this is? Admin. I can write here slash. I can write here slash. What is that? Admin. When you say admin, it is asking to enter username and password. Now this is called which interface? Admin interface. Very good. But is it, this is provided, is it developed by you? No. This application is developed by whom? Django. Means you are integrating this with your project. Okay, your project is maintained by one person. Who's that person is? Administrator. Suppose you develop application for a supermarket. Okay. Now whenever one new person join, for that you create one login or not? Yes. But who will create a administrator? Ring or not? Who will create that administrator? Suppose you join in the company. You for you, who will give the ID? Is it ID you sign up by yourself? Huh? No. Who will give the ID? HR. So who will create a login credentials? HR, right? So HR is having all the rights of which one? Administration. Getting on. So this is a backend process is done. It means you will get only your dashboard. You'll get your only your dashboard, but you don't get which dashboard? Administration dashboard. Because every project will have only one super user. Generally only one super user, but if you want you can create multiple by giving roles. But there will be one super user only. Suppose, okay, assume that here I create one super user. And how you create a super user? By saying python manage dot py. See, this is what you are accessing it. This application related, now this admin internally uses which module? Authentication module. This admin internally using which module? Authentication module. And that authentication module you are integrating in your application. Getting on not? So otherwise you can do everything from which interface? Admin interface. Everything you can manage it by using which interface? Admin interface, where you can manage the models, you can give the permissions, you can give, you can create users, everything. You can do it from which interface? Admin. But to access this admin, you must be what? Administrator. Means you need to create one user. Now who's called as a super user. Now how can I create a super user? I can write python manage.py, create what is that? Super user. Create a super user, enter the user name. I just enter user name, NIT, and enter the password, some NIT123. Okay, now this is creating of super user. So I want to create a user. Now your super user is created what successfully. Okay, this super user is created successfully here. So run the server, and here I input user name, and this is what here? Password. Once I click on login, you can see this is Django what here? Administration. Yeah. This is what here? Django administration. Now what is there in this? Groups are there. What is there in this? Users are there. Now you want to create a user. Now this is user is one model. Group is one model. See here, authentication and authorization. Miss, you require to write any code? No. You just create. Now administrator will create users. Now this model is registered here. I click on add. Once I click on add, it's asking to enter username, password, and confirmation password. Getting on it. So you enter username. Okay, suppose you enter okay some username. Okay, username. Okay, some username you entered, and this is password. Remember this password here. So confirmation password and save. Now once I click on okay, now required characters, letters, digits, and Ramesh 123. So we'll give the password A B C D E F. 1 2. How many are there? 8 are there, right? Huh? Now your password is created. Now you can see. Now this is other details it will ask. Now a lot of details it is asking or not. Yes. This is a username and this is what password. And then you have a first name, last name, email address. What it is next is permissions. Okay, permissions. This is active. Now you can create a permissions and you can add it. So what type of permissions you want to assign it? Okay. Now what type of now are you created any groups here? No, you have not created any group. Now these are called which permissions? User permissions. So generally permissions are, this is nothing but what? Authorization. This is nothing but what? Author. But generally permissions are given on model. What permissions? By default, every model you create, you'll have all the permissions. By default, every model you create, you'll have all the permissions. What permissions you'll have? Adding, updating, deleting. You can add it, you can update it, you can delete it, you can also what? Retrieve. But if you want to restrict it, then you can use what here? Permissions. Okay, now which model? But are you registered any model here? No. See, these are the existing models. These are what existing models here. Suppose if there is a model called session, session can add a session, change a session, delete session, and what? View session. Okay, now suppose assume that there is a administrator and there is a group. All these are models. Now there is a model called which one? User model. Now user adding permission, updating permission, deleting permission, as well as what? Viewing permissions. Now you can make this user, who is this user is, okay, is it a staff or is it what? Super user. If I say super user, active means if I remove this active, then this user is inactive or not active? Not active means he cannot log in. He cannot what? Log in. He cannot log in. See, a design whether this user should treat as active. Unselect this instead of deleting account. Generally, you don't delete it, right? Suppose you close the account. From bank, you close the account. When you close the account, what will happen? Your account is deleted or deactivated? Deactivated. Your account is not deleted. Your account is not deleted, but rather than your account is what? Deactivated. Getting on not? So all these are which one? Permissions, authorization, which is done from where? Admin interface. This is done from where? Admin interface. You can put all the things, import dates and right. You can just write save and continue. You can see already existing users are there or not. Yes, we already created which one? ABC. We created what? Naresh, we created NIT and Ramesh 1, 2, 3. All these are users we created from our application. We built our application, but all those details are stored in which model? What is the model is here? Users model. Getting on it. Suppose I select here Naresh. Naresh is there. Okay, Naresh. Okay, now this is a Naresh. Now is having anything here? No. Okay, right now if you want deactivate, now if you want to reset password, just click on what here? Reset password. Okay, reset password. Now you can see this is one form. This is a form. This is which form? Reset password form. So where you enter what? Old password and password confirmation and click on change password. Once you click on change the password, what will happen? It will send a request. Suppose I want to change the password of this Naresh, but we don't know. What is the password of this Naresh? Yes, sir. But Ramesh is there, no? I want to reset password. Bolo here. ABCD, ABCDEF, 1, 2, at the rate, dollar. This is old password. And I'll change it to new password. So 1, 2. In the place of 1, 2, I'll write 3, 4. So if I click on change the password, what happened? Not matching. Old password is रमेश का क्या है यार? EF A B C D E F 1 2 at the rate and dollar. So password. This is which password? Yes. What I've done? Yeah, we'll change it. Just see it. So this is what is the password? A B C D E F. I'm changing to the new password, that is 3 4 at the rate and dollar. This is new password, and same password you have to confirm here. So this both the passwords are same, and change the password. Now you can see the password is what? Change it. But see, this is the forms. All these forms are not. Yes, these are belongs to authorization and what? Authentication. Getting on not? It means this interface is already given or not? Yes. This interface is already there, but we are integrating with our application. Getting on not? This interface is already there. You don't want this code, you can remove. You don't want this code. You don't want this code. What you can do? You can directly use which interface? Or you can use directly which interface? Admin interface. You can directly use which interface? Admin interface, or you can include. You can include which application? Which application? Authentication. You can also include the URLs of which one? Authentication. You have to. You can include even URLs of which one? Authentication applications here. In settings dot sorry. In settings dot py. Now you have an application here. What is the name of this application? Authentication. You installed or not? Yes. But are you included? Is it, when you're saying it is application, will it have this application? Will it have a URLs or not? Yes. This application will have some URLs. This application will have URLs. Now, can I include the URLs of this authentication? Yes. Then see here from Django dot contribute dot what is this? Authentication. Django authentication import. What you are importing? URLs. You are importing URLs and you are including that as a part of as a part of as a part of your application path. Now path is I'm just writing here authentication slash comma. What is the name of this is include. I want to include URLs of which application, or I want to include URLs of which application? Django dot contribute dot authentication. What is that name of this is? URLs dot. What is the name of this is? URLs dot py. Which URLs dot py? We'll write like this. Otherwise, what is the name of this is? Authentication dot from. So what is the name of this is? Authentication. Import URLs, and here I import URLs, comma. What happened here? We just import URL include URLs dot import authentication import URLs as is URLs dot py, and we are including URLs, no module name. From django dot contribute dot authentication import URLs. We install the application, right? What is the application is? Django dot contribute dot authentication. Just a minute. So what is the name of the URL is include some authentication dot. What is this here? URLs. So from django.contribute, from django.contribute import. What is the name of the module is? Authentication module. So here I'm including. So what I'm doing, I'm including authentication dot URLs. Including authentication dot URLs. But why it is giving error? Installed, right? We install this. So from what is the application here? Settings, Django dot contribute dot authentication. Django dot contribute dot authentication import. You can also write import authentication dot import authentication dot, what is the name of this is URL, urls dot py authentication dot urls, no modular. Why? Just a minute. Yeah, yeah. So we'll give directly here. We'll give directly Django dot contribute dot authentication dot URLs. So we have given directly, right? Why? So no problem. Oh, no error here. Why it shown again? Yeah. Now I here I included directly Django dot contribute dot authentication dot which one? URLs. Now which application URLs you included? Django dot contribute dot authentication dot URLs. Means this is predefined application or user defined? Predefined. This is not your application. This is which application? Predefined application. Now if you run this, now you can see what is the name of this is authentication. What is the name of this is authentication. Now from this authentication, you can access all the views or not? Yes. Now it is provided predefined views. There is a view called login view. There is a view called which one? Logout view. Suppose I'm writing like this. It doesn't work because we have not built any templates. I said here slash. Now what is the name of the view is login view. Suppose if I say login view, you can see all the things are there here. Authentication slash. What is that? Login. Authentication slash. What is that? Logout. Authentication slash. What is that? Password change. Authentication slash. Password changer. Done. Password reset. Password reset. Done. Password. Okay. That is reset. And there is a sign up and there is what login view. Oh, sorry, this is ours, and these are URLs belongs to which one? Authentication module. Now suppose if I'm writing authentication slash, I write here login. I said login, but when I say login, it is looking for one template or not? Yes. What is the template it is looking for? Login.html, and it is looking for this template in which folder? Registration. Getting or not? It means this is providing inbuilt. Everything is provided by which one? Authentication module. Okay, what you have to do is you have to use it as a part of your application. What you have to do? You have to use it. This using can be done directly log into admin. This using can be done by using URLs. By using what? URLs provided by which module? Authentication module. Getting on it. That, but now what we are doing? We are using the same URLs provided by which module? Authentication module. So you can reset the password. Once you click on reset password, it is coming to this. So where you try to reset the password. Getting or not? Okay. So now what I want to tell you is it is providing inbuilt system. What I want to tell you is it is providing inbuilt system. Everything is ready. What you have to do is you have to use it. Even if you see these things, whatever authenticated related things are there, it is already provided. But what you are trying to do, you are trying to use this. Now in this application, we used one view. What is that view is login. See here in views.py. If you see this views.py, in views.py, I use what is the view I used? Logout. What is the view I used here? Login. But are you created this login logout? No. You have not created login logout. Where it is in contribute dot authentication dot, what is that? Login and logout. Getting on. So are you creating any session by storing user details and all the things? No. It is done by which one? It is done by login logout, which is provided by login logout, which is provided by which module? Authentication. Getting or not? Suppose assume that I write here login. If I say login, what it is looking for? A template. What is the template it is looking for? Login template. Okay, it is looking for login template in which path? Or it is looking for login template in which path? Registration. Okay, what I'll do is I'll just create one folder wherein templates. I create one folder. What is the folder? Registration. What is the folder it is? Registration. Registration, correct? I create one folder. What is the folder is? Registration. This is a folder registration, and in this folder, what is required? Login.html. Now already login.html is there or not? Yes. I'll just copy this into which folder? Registration folder. Okay, I copied here. Now let me run this. because it is saying template is not exist, right? Now what will I do? I just call authentication slash. What is the name of this is login. Now you can see is it called or not? Yes, getting or not? So now you have to provide only inputs. You have to provide only what here inputs. Inputs to what? Existing views. You have to provide inputs only to which views? Existing views. For example, okay, this is login. In the same way, what is the name of this is password change is there. Password change. Now here I'm calling slash. What is the name of this URL is password change. Password change is there. Sorry, password underscore change. Okay, this is password underscore change. Now once when I say password change, now it is open this or not? Yes. Okay, authentication slash password change. When I say password change, it is open what here? Form. This is an inbuilt form or not? Yes. Now where it is asking old password, and new password confirmation. Getting or not? So how can I get this form? See, this is password change form or not? Yes. But already you logged in. If logged in, then only you'll get which one? Password change form. Suppose I log out. Go to home. Say log out. Now you'll say log out. When password can be changed? Once you log in. Until unless you are not logged in, you cannot change what? Authentication slash. What is the name of this is? Password. Password change. Now immediately it is given error. What is required here? What is required here? Login is required. If the login is not required, can you able to change the password? No. Ring or not. But what we are doing now is we are not using all this. If I use all this, you don't require to write any code. You don't require to write any code. You should call it. That's all. You just use the URLs. Ring or not. You have to use only URLs. Use the URL. Suppose here password change template is there. I don't require this. I don't require this. What I can do is I can write now here. What is there? Login. This template is where is password change? Dashboard. In dashboard, you have a password change view, right? Then here, what I can do? I can just include a URL. What is the URL is? Authentication slash. What is the name of this is? Password. Password change. What is the name of this is? Password change. हाँ क्या हुआ यार? Password spelling हाँ 3S okay. Password change. Password change. But are you using your template or predefined? Predefined. Means you are sending a request to this password change view. Okay, that will get the now see here. Now just we'll try to run the server. Okay. Now see here. Now I'll try to log in. So what will I do here? Login view. This is login view and click on what? Login. So once you log in, now welcome, very good. Change the password. Now you can see this is whose template? Your template or predefined? Predefined. This is not your template, right? This is what already existing template. Now what do you do it? Enter old password. Enter old password, enter new password and new password confirmation. Getting on not what I'm telling you. So this is already developed, but what you're doing, you're including as a part of your application. If you don't want to include, you can directly use which interface? Admin. Admin interface and you can do it. What is the password of this ABC, right? एक प्रॉब्लम है यार पासवर्ड्स बहुत सारे हो गए ना you cannot remember this is old password we'll see we'll try to see here okay change the password now I think there is error your old password was incorrect okay नहीं मालूम ना छोड़ देंगे इसको what we'll do is we'll create okay see it has come to this dashboard I said sign out दिखाई नहीं देता you have to use what new user sign up but anyway here come to this our application now you can change the password create one new password we'll make all oh here I enter all passwords same only what is the password I've given ABCD only yes or no okay so here when I click on change password it is come to what here password change see here otherwise we'll create one user what is the name of the view is login view create a new user now this template is yours template no predefined form or not yes now give the user name is Kamal Kamal is there, no? Kamal. Kamal. So this is your password here. Kamal याद रखो यार. अभी बोलना password. Kamal 123 @ $. No. Yeah. Now created. Okay. Then after this login. Login with yeah, here. Kamal 123 34 123 $. याद रखो बोला मैं Kamal. Now change password. Old password. Now new password we have to enter. Okay, 321 $. अरे ये टेस्ट करने के लिए. Okay, right now change my password. Now you can see password changed what successfully. Okay, now password is changed or not? Yes. But here are we done anything with our view? No, we have not done any with our view. We directly use which view? Password is change view, which is provided by which module? Authentication module. Understood? Okay, so all this you can do. You can include every part of this authentication module in your project. So that makes it building authentication what easy. Understood? That makes it building authentication becomes what easy. Now you have this form, right? Home means it will come to here, and if I say login, so it's not admin. Who's admin? Who's admin here? NIT. Now suppose user is there. Now I want to create a user. I click on add user. This is one form or not? Yes. Now can I get this form? Yes. Can I get this form where I enter username, password, and password confirmation? After that, when I click on save, I'll get all the permissions and everything. So can I get all those details? Yes. That you call it as which one? Authorization. Understood what I'm telling you, right? So, but we'll see otherwise how to include all those views as a part of your application. But in the next class, we'll see. And next class, where we have not completed this, our own logic. We'll also see how to change the password. Some mistake is coming, right? So we'll try to see this. But are we use this or are we use this? No, we have not used this. We use which URL? Which URL we used? Authentication. Django.contribute.authentication.urls. You include the URLs of which application? Authentication application, and from that you access from dashboard. You access which URL? Password change. Getting or not? But we have not used our view. We use what? Predefined view. We have not used our view. We use what? Predefined view. But we'll extend this. Not today, but we'll see you on Monday. Right? So today we'll stop it here, and Monday we'll continue this. Okay? Right. Yeah, I'll tell you. I'll tell you predefined forms. Ah, ah. See, supplier is there. Right? Customer, both are very, very well. Whenever customer placed order, it will go to seller. Then order seller dashboard will be there. The seller is direct from log. Even his login, he try to see what are the products placed by whom? Customer. So that is there like this. What doctor should expect? Yeah, there are the doctor institution. Yeah, doctor is there. Then when he log in, you get his dashboard. That's log yourself. That is for every user will have different dashboards. Understood? Yeah, yeah. What's the what is like this class? Okay. What's his name? Pixel sniper. एक्सपीरियंस तो सारा है हाँ प्लेसमेंट का मतलब बहुत थोड़ा सा और क्या पढ़ा है पीएस नहीं कल परसों कल वो बात लाइक जो बाइनरी चार इसमें सब रिवाइज कर रहे हैं तो लाइक बहुत सारा एलसीएम और एचसीएफ का प्लानिंग जैसे समझा रहे हैं थोड़ा सा कैसा समझ में कैसा नहीं ठीक है वो खाली आप पढ़ो उसको मैं प्रैक्टिस करता हूँ इस वाला मैं जाके प्रैक्टिस करता हूँ दिल्ली डांस का सब करता हूँ अभी वो टेक कॉम्प्लेक्स की पूरा स्टार्ट नहीं हो